Okay, so I'm working on this art print here, and I'm struggling trying. Well, this is the original. I'm trying to make art prints off of it so that I can sell those. Well, the problem is all the dark lines that I have, they're in black, and there's like some of them that are slightly lighter, but it's done in pen, and then I went over it with watercolor. I love the colors, it's just a little bit too long to be able to be scanned. So what I did is I tried to do my art prints like I normally do, scan it in and make the adjustments, or take a photo of it, make the adjustments, and then set it to, whatever. And I usually use Photoshop for that. What's happening is it's doing this. It's taking all the dark lines and going pale, where even the colors are printing darker than the black. So I've gone through 7 different iterations so far of trying to figure out the different settings on why my printer's doing this. It's never done this except for like one time before, and I had it fixed, and I had a whole thing that I'd fixed, like the process flow through it, the different papers, the different settings. This is just going through the different papers for that other one where I scanned in, so it's like not the full thing. And then I had some of them where it was just the photo that I took. So the photo has the whole thing. These are from the photo. But yeah, this is number 4. Like, these blacks are like almost brown. And like I had taken a photo, edited it in Photoshop, so this was a little darker and I'll have to make some adjustments, but I gotta get it working first for the black. It looks almost brown on this, and then it looks almost blue saturated on this, and that's just saying it has different papers than what I'm actually using. I'm using regular paper, but I use a specific type of cardstock. And then like this is the direct scan. If I just directly photocopied it, it ends up with the right colors, but then there's all the lines through it. So I was like, well, what does my black look like? Why is it printing not black? I printed off a file that has just that, and it's nicely black. So I took the picture and put it behind it, and it's fine, just black. So now I am printing it at max DPI, because the problem with this one, if you notice, is all the lines that go through it. It's just regular normal quality. What I'm trying to do right now is I went ahead and changed one setting at a time so that I can have no lines. If that prints finally the way it's supposed to, with the nice dark black instead of all those pale colors, then I can remove all the text, and then I'll see if it prints it again. And if I can get my printer to working the way it's supposed to be for my art prints, then I'll finally be able to make my cat art prints. Because the last 5 that I printed of this that were for the art fair, oh my god, they were almost this pale. And I ended up having to hand do over the top of the art print, use this as the layout, and then repaint everything. Like the yellows were okay, most of the greens were kind of okay, and the blues were kind of okay. But I had to I ended up rebrushing every single one of them just to make sure all the colors. Like I did everything from scratch over the top of it, and it was really upsetting. So I just ended up using it as like the layout for what to do, and it was ridiculous. I spent 4 hours fixing 5 art prints. I mean, in a way those are special, but it's so frustrating. It is so frustrating. Man, when I tell you, things, when they come apart and they don't work the way they're supposed to, and like every single thing, because you're a heavy DIY person, it feels like the world is falling apart, and this repeat pattern gets so old. But I'm not giving up. The print is about halfway done, and I'm gonna go check that real quick, and I'm gonna be really happy if it works. But yeah, so I have all that, and then I've got this huge list of things that I've got to print off next. So let's cross our fingers, so I'll be ready for the February fair, because I'm gonna have this and a whole bunch of others, and I don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on art prints when I could spend less than a penny on doing 5 bookmarks at a time, or like 1 to 2 art prints. Because if I'm paying someone else, like if I do through best value copy for the art prints, then I will end up spending, let's see, for the size that I do, normally it's a paper size. If I did 11 by 17, it would be about $30, $33 for about 100 of them. And they would be like the really nice, thick, silk-coated cardstock. but that's 33 cents per print when I could do it for way cheaper through my printer. And later on, yes, I would like to graduate to delegating that and then just ordering them in, but I'm a broke author and a broke artist, and all I have is just the money I've invested in my supplies and my programs, and that already cost me a lot of money. So, yeah, I would like to keep my stuff working instead of it just becoming giant paperweights. But anyway, I'm going to do all this, and then I'm going to print more of my notebooks and get them ready to go, get them trimmed and bound and all that. So wish me luck, please.